What's going on, dudes? It's your boy Andy Matrix. I'm back with another video. I'm still in my avatar form. Don't worry, I'll show up in camera again. But yeah, so you read the title of this video, right? Why Pokemon started to decline. Now, there's a couple of reasons why Pokemon started to decline. I mean, recently we know that Pokemon has been going after Power World because Power World has been taking some of their customers and being, like being a little more creative than they have in the past, like what, 5, maybe 8 years, I think. Yeah, you get the point. So, what ruined Pokemon? Okay, so quick story. I started playing Pokemon back in the early 2000s. Okay, I played the one for Game Boy. I play, yeah, so that was what, Red and Blue. I also played the Pokemon Pikachu version for the Game Boy. I played Ruby and Sapphire. I played Gold and Silver. Those were really cool.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
Yeah, the Golden. So basically, I played all of those, and then I started to lose interest in Pokemon after Ruby and Sapphire. I did play a little bit of the other ones, like I think was it Sword and Shield, Diamond and Pearl. There was some other ones. Forgot the name of the title, but yeah, you get the point. So I've been a seasoned Pokemon player. I watched the anime. I watched the anime since the very first episode of Ash getting his Pikachu, to the Orange League, to the hundreds of episodes. Okay, my childhood is basically filled with anime. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so look, the original designs of Pokemon were meant for small resolution screens. Remember the old Game Boy, the old Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS? That's where, if you look at the way that the old Pokemons were designed, that's what it was designed for. Simple designs for those screen sizes, right? So when Pokemon games were being made for like the Nintendo Switch and other devices that, were for the Nintendo Switch, that is when the company started to create more complex designs. So look, Pokemon designs used to be so simple, and the new Pokemon started to look more like Digimon with more details. You get the point, right? Another thing that ruined Pokemon was the open world. Okay, I'm not a big fan of open worlds. Okay, I'm more into linear games rather than like just these massive open worlds that you can explore for hours and hours and hours. I like games with a purpose, games that have direction, that have a story. I don't. That's one of the reasons why I don't like online games, because there's just too much freedom in the game, and I'm very like laser focused. I like my games to be more, what's the word? For my games to be more, have more direction. Yeah, direction. Right? So, not every game has to be open world. Game Freak decided that they wanted to follow the trend of open worlds, and now here we are. This became more common with the PlayStation 4, right? I started to see it happening with the PlayStation 3 back in the late in the 2000s, but then when the PlayStation 4 came out, I mean, the open world thing just took off, and every single game out there started to look the same, except for maybe Zelda Breath of the Wild. So throughout the 2010s, from 2010 to like 2018, 2019, before the pandemic, a lot of games, they were switching over to open world. I mean, take a look at Final Fantasy VII, for God's sakes. That's basically what happened. Square Enix took the same route. They said, we can't keep doing these turn-based RPGs because people don't want to play them anymore. I don't know who told them that. I don't know where they got that idea from, but people still want turn-based video games, RPG games. Yeah, so gamers miss the old school Pokemon where you could look at a map and then go and travel to that area on the map. However, modern Pokemon games, you are on the map, and the feeling of the game becomes boring. Realism doesn't necessarily make the game better, right? And Nintendo actually understood this years ago. But PlayStation and Xbox, they went for the more realistic graphics. While Nintendo, they stayed with with games that were not necessarily like high in graphics, but were focused more on having fun, right? That's where the success of the Nintendo Switch came in, of the Nintendo console in general. Um, yeah, and so as a result, the Pokemon company started to lose its vision of the franchise. You know, it was just bound to happen. The creators wanted to expand and create more detailed designs of Pokemon, and also they wanted to design sassy Pokemon trainers. They wanted to design some sassy Pokemon trainers. Because I'm not gonna lie, Ash Ketchum is iconic, but he is kind of bland. Uh, I mean, if you look at a new Pokemon anime, they have like a whole bunch of a lot of new trainers. Very a lot of the trainers, they look very their designs look very different. Their designs look very I guess more detailed, more fashionable. You guys get the point, right? And that's really what they wanted. They wanted to experiment with that and add it to the new games, and that's why the new Pokemon started to look more like Digimon. You guys get the point. So they wanted to create more sassy Pokemon trainers. The team also, were pressured into making one game per year, and that was another nail in the coffin. So Pokemon, they were not taking their time creating a game. Right now, they say we gotta release one game per year. We have to do this no matter what, and they were doing that to keep up with a whole bunch of other games. Because now, so for the longest time, Nintendo, which is the console, Nintendo was banking on Super Mario, Pokemon, in like a handful of like 10 titles on Nintendo, right? Super Mario and Pokemon, they were always like the big winners when it came to Nintendo. Also Zelda. But then like when the Nintendo Switch came, many more games started to come to the Nintendo Switch. Many other games started coming to the Nintendo Switch. That's what a lot of people. That's when Nintendo really started to get more competition. And so Nintendo started asking other companies like Square Enix, hey, like put your games on our platform. And then the Pokemon Free, the Pokemon Company, they say, wow, we have a lot more competition on the Nintendo platform. Because remember, you can only play Pokemon on Nintendo. You cannot play it on the PlayStation. You cannot play it on the Xbox, right? You can only play it on Nintendo. But now there's so many other games on Nintendo platform that, the Pokemon company is like, wow, we're not selling as much as we used to. There's a lot of people playing other games here. We got to come out with one game per year, and that really what hurt them. That hurt their creativity, just rushing it like that. That's why you saw, what was it? I think it was it Diamond and Pearl? It was Diamond and Pearl where like there were these glitches. There were these glitches within the game where like the main character became like this, basically became a Titan from Attack on Titan. Yeah, so that really ruined them. That really hurt them. And then came Power World, and now Nintendo is trying to shut down Power World because they weren't creative enough to keep people's attention. They don't want to compete, right? They don't want to compete. Now they just want to just attack the competition. They want to attack Power World, saying, "Oh, you're taking our customers." Well, I mean, that's business. It's business. And if you ask me, I don't think Power World did anything wrong. I think Power World, they really created, because they might have taken inspiration from Pokemon, but their characters, their monsters, they don't look like Pokemon. So, anyways, that's for an argument for another video. And this is what really caused the decline of Pokemon. They lost their vision, and now they're having more competition on the Nintendo platform now more than ever. And so now here we are. So whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Guys, it's your boy Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching and listening. Godspeed.